Institutionalize it as ethnology. Institutionalize it as ethnology means taking Ferguson's work and stamping it with the authority of science, academia, and institutions. So his work would be received as objective truth and not subjective art. So basically giving it the government stamp of approval. And it was also forwarded by President Roosevelt. Forward is like endorsement from a celebrity. Think of it as if LeBron was to endorse a pair of sneakers and you like, now we're also that's right. So it basically made his whole project like this real. So the cat breathe. Different back in. So back into the and different out. And it's like, you know, he got for 5 years, $75,000. That would equal to today. And I put these libraries that shape the public generation. That I would keep some very important state that I was an individual at that time. That's really the power of our now, I would, in these funded projects, build a whole committee behind it and help put this whole out. The politician has a coach organization, everything is not changing things of a life. Not all today, I'm not small, but I'm realistic. I know that, but I think it's full. Rather than the all the describe as a musician or a Hollywood Indian stereotype. This kind of classical contemporary and diverse spaces are rich people who can take part in the idea of the architects. For economics, economic historical stereotypes. Dedicated to building and now that a stock market effects and immigrants are encouraging political the same limit to simple community rather than realistic contemporary photos of individuals. Everywhere in South Africa, and numerous teachers get paid to their name. That is not the most significant engine of integration. And it is kind of boring, and this is why I'm able
Triborg wins. Faction battle. Challenge accepted. Triborg. Jason Ford.
Ahora, pregúntame yo, milagros a las comidas. Porque, what are you looking at? Flying Dutchman wrapped in whole grilled onions. Happy Saturday, just got done with workout. You know where I'm at. Let's see. It's double. What's happening? Double, protein style, animal style. Let's dig in. Cheers. Look at this hunker. Wow.
Round 2. Fight.
Isn't it the stupidest thing that laptops don't come with CD players anymore? It used to be standard, and I am the eldest of millennials, and I have so many CDs with old photos on and old files. So let's do my photos. So when I saw this on TikTok, I had to get it right away. This is an external CD and DVD player plus a CD port. So I'll be able to access all my old photos and play my boxes of DVDs. Work on XMPCs, connect it and be your whole data transfer hub. It has a slot for micro SD, an SD card, 2 UVAs, and a USB-C. It even has a driveway to plug in old hard drives for SSD. Works so easily too. It comes with cords plus an adapter, so it fits in whatever device you're using. Plug it right in.
So yeah, if you like me and you want to know where your land patterns are at, the land that was taken from your ancestors, you might want to listen to this video because this lady is kicking out some information that you really need to hear, dissect, and use so you can get your land back for your ancestors. So yeah, I'm about to play the video right now.
Faction battle.
American Indian Record Repository, Lenexa, Kansas. That's where you need to go. That's where your land tax are at. That's where your family's
Faction battle.
You want to know? BLM and GLO have been flooded. The websites have been down several times this November of last year till now. You from the South, the Mid-South? Go there.
Faction
Request your records for your family. You know, your grandfather. You know, your great-grandfather. You know, your great-great-grandfather. Hell, a lot of us know our great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Faction
Work.
battle.
They don't show you your land tax. They also know the lineage. Remind you, those birth certificates that say African American, colored, and Negro. They know who you are. You were dead on paper, so they can keep drawing money off of you, but you're an American Indian. That's just all it is. Ain't nobody on this planet been more reclassified than us. You're an American Indian, man. You got the privilege of having
Challenge accepted.
yeah, if you like me and you want to know where your land patterns are at,
So, 2003, the body of Gilgamesh was found in the desert of Iraq. And I heard a recent interview with Tom Hanks talking on a major radio. I used to play a snippet of their radio show. That's what they had to say for this find. If the sperm does not shoot,
Round 1.
if the sperm does not shoot,
The world knows who you are.
Last night, the leaders of the Arab world had a meeting in Egypt. Y'all see that on our news? All the Arab leaders got together.
Round 1. Fight.
Talk about what they're going to I would say that every time. It's so good, you don't see it your left. But exactly the well, we miss people that not go into your mind.
Round 2.
Oh, we receive your cocktail level, we receive it in English, and we also receive it in Arabic. Watching me. I said, gotta keep it up to me.
I just made that shit up.
I just made that shit up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never did that before.
This is where it's from. The Saeed Abdul Hamid administration of the global guardians of the Al-Aqsa. You know what I'm saying? The Roman rock and stuff like that. The guardians of it. And they write us on Twitter and they tell us Washington cannot open on behalf of the Palestinians. It's not like you can't break the peace negotiations between the Palestinians and break the 1325 of European astronauts. First of all, contrary to what you read was out the ambassador, he was heard at the United Nations. Amen. They saying that contrary to what she said, it's 13.5, the European astronauts and Khazarians do not carry any biological lineage to the original black man of the 20 tribes of the heathen.
Oh man.
That's what these people look to us. No teenage. To the background 12
I can't believe I dropped that.
they can, nor can they trace any historical relation to Jews of Palestine. You know, only one don't know who you are, but it's time to wake up. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. That brown skin you got is not a curse, it's a blessing. That woolly hair you got is not a curse, it's a blessing. It identifies you.
Faction
God
battle.
has set a seal on
Challenge accepted.
know who you are. And know whose you are. The rest of the world knows. The rest of the world knows. Only you want to see it somewhere in America don't know.
Scorpion.
Tell me you didn't waste the money on peak mode by Dr. Bauer. We believe there was bad enough to harm an animal on them.
This is a combination. As I've been following what's going on, but you know that everything that has either para B or the letter U or this little A circle, that means that it's kosher, that means that it's not boy slap, that means that this is to be safe for the youth. If we know they're poisoning us, we gotta eat what they eat. So we gotta look for shit like that. So the same, for example, the bread, is the dictionary over here. This is one of the companies that assures them that it's not boy slap. It's small shop. So look, we don't have to get X, right? Forget about all of this. Read the range, blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't have to do with what the case. Like right now, you would think that this is supposed to be the healthiest thing, right? Wrong. This one right here. Looking for all of this one. Okay? This one right here is the only one that has that, right? That these are. And I see the light. As I've been following what's going on. But you know that everything that has the para B or the letter U or the little A circle, that means that it's culture, that means that it's not voice slap, that means that this is safe for the Jews to eat. You know, so you know they're poisoning us. You gotta eat what they eat. So you gotta look for shit like that. Okay? What's happening with bread? To let you know right here, this is one of the companies that assures them that it's not board slot. So it's farming slot. So look, even when you come and get X, right? Forget about all this read rank, blah blah blah. It doesn't have to do for the game. Like right now you would think that this is just being honest. Wrong. This one right here, I'm looking for all. Okay. This right here is the only one I have.
Final round. Fight.
What you doing here at this time of night? Don't you know I was trying to get my freak out? Wow, all right. That's say, tell me that there's two things out there. Can't wait.
Tribord wins.
Three reasons you'll actually use this in everyday life. First, it's a slingshot. Unlike most others, this one can be taken apart anytime. And once it's locked in, it's rock solid.
Fucking using that every day.
Takeda.
If you see tears in my eyes, it's because what I saw today, they released 3,000 new files of Jeffrey Epstein. And what I saw, family, I beg you, I plead with you, do not watch those videos. Little children being ripped apart. White men laughing as they penetrate these little kids, screaming powerful and currents.
Let's go a couple rounds.
You read my mind.
Round 1. Fight.
5, 6, 7 years old. Now you know why they will do these little videos. But there's still more videos than us. What I saw today, get on this basis right now. How can this government allow these monsters to hurt these little kids?
That's your best day, Takeda.
I believe I know, and that ain't one of my kids. To say this here, I would die with hunger. Destroy that fucking White House. There is no way we can continue acting like these people don't exist. They were literally eating children's body parts, laughing like pigs. You can't even imagine the horror. The kids screaming and you see these guys throwing them on beds and doing all kinds of shameful stuff to these kids. I say, if you are Republican and you still surrounded, there's special room in hell for you. Yeah, we stand up and try to make it legal to have underage children.
Scorpion.
It's being burned like in the Middle East. I've seen this in Afghanistan. We have gone too far, family. The Republican Party, shame on motherfuckers. I've ever seen you doing something to a woman or a child. Trust and believe. There's a part of me I left back there. You know what I'm talking about? My background. I would enjoy just living your fucking body parts.
Round 1.
Shame on you, America. You better stuck in the peace. Oh, my dear family. If you see tears in my eyes, it's because what I saw today.
Are you ready to sit your back? The central bank of the rate was the thing that
Barack Obama to give not just $1.7 billion, but $250 billion. All of that money had nothing to do with the uranium program that we thought the Iranians were going to get there. The central bank of Iran's risk has been disappeared. CCI.IR is only a list. I was told to believe that the evidence of, let's say, Western intelligence agents on the ground have gotten information of Barack Obama and John Smith laundering billions of dollars to Iranian banks, beginning with the Central Bank of Iran, whose website as of an hour ago disappeared. CCI.com. The Iranian regime, along with their intelligence, the Ministry of Intelligence and Security of the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Force, has been funneling money, not just to Barack Obama, into Clinton. And how do I know this? I think I got my contacts. And no, I'm not going to reveal the name because I'm not stupid and I'm not going to get us to speak public. That joined Bill in Hillary Clinton's deposition to the United States government. She, along with Bill, through subsequent interviews, exposed Barack Obama to save their country. The Iranian regime to the Central Bank of Iran and connection to the Central Bank of Venezuela were behind the financing of the far left in Spain going back 15 years. And this is the reason why the Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, the best friend of the Ayatollahs, did not want President Trump to face just faces at Spain to attack the unexpected. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, the Obama administration, and expelled by the Trump plan to save their lives. That Barack Obama, not just look at but $140 billion all to that money. Not to help the West so that the Iranians would stop their Iranian nuclear program. And this was one money laundering. But say to Obama, you know, this is absolutely powerful. God will never get the entire system. So the government's own Iran, Iran, Venezuela, and Spain. Iranian intelligence, the Ministry of Intelligence and Security, while the CIA. I'm going to work out the entire system. You guys remember, we're going to come back. The money laundering scheme. John. The Iran Central.
Well, wait a minute. I'll let you hear it here. I'll let you hear it.
King of the Hill.
Hey, y'all know anytime I look like this, I done did it again. And I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I ain't gonna put my damn gloves on, so I'm actually gonna have to stop this and do it over. Listen here. I thought I did it with the art of the video. This here is crazy. Like I've been pacing this joint for hours, just trying to calm down before even talking about this, but we here. So thank y'all for tuning in to the best platform with your brother Noah Illuminati. We're gonna be talking about a lot, so I can't just say one thing we're gonna be talking about. But yeah, we about to talk, so I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's go. So, you know how we were all taught that space begins where Earth and atmosphere ends? That's all cap. What we've been told, they taught it in school or we read it in books, we heard fake ass spiritual content creators tell us. When we were told that space begins where Earth atmosphere ends, that is 1000% cap. So space is actually the last stop before you get to the sun. I repeat, space is actually the last stop before you get to the sun. And it's believed to a lot of people that once you get that higher altitude, things start to completely glitch out. Nothing up there in that higher space works. Nothing. Our Jewish teacher is not no politics or anything. So this here is the non-planet. Keep in mind, this is not left and right, but this is up and down. This is the non-planet born in order. This is the one. I keep drawing you because you know you have the moon on the all have their own as a golf. Okay? So if y'all could just look at that really close. Now, down here, this reads the lower space, the bottom part underneath the planet, that's called bottom space. Up above, it's called upper space. So you have a firmament and a firmament. As above, so above. As above, so below. Keep playing, y'all. This is great. Only on the planet, the planet were designed to float. I know y'all just say I'm crazy like this, so probably going to think I'm next. Hear what I just said. All of the planets, including the sun, all of the stars, all of it was designed to be immersed in water. Not just any water, God. So I've heard this tons of times. I was not just going to go out there and believe in anything unless God Almighty I am told me it, and that was the only way I was going to believe it. I can confirm it. The reason why we have a firmament is because God is water. God is the ultimate water that fed. You thought the sun was feeding us photosynthesis and life. This water that was submerged all over what we call space, all of this underwater, all of this is underwater. It was a bird to die. Did you not know that before the firmament, the sun successfully touched every single planet? You want to know how? It's because the sun actually travels light 3 times through its in space that we could not. So that literally means a great God created this place to be immersed in sun. God, the flow of water. It's because the sun, Jesus walking in water, the sun can travel its waves everywhere. and merged in water into canned goods. But this is a punishment because of all of the shit that was going on, that was taking place during the time that God was at work in all of this, because of this punishment. Therefore, God Almighty of the one created firmaments to separate the waters. What do these lion ass books don't tell you? God created the firmament to separate itself from the people. Oh, you want to know something else that's crazy? Because I thought to myself, I'm going to go through some. What does that say about this house? For every single planet, where every single one of these countries, when we looked up, we didn't see this sky that we see. We see water. No matter what
Finish him.
What is one of the best
Cyborg wins.
swimmers known to me?
Pay your respects.
The dragon was the best maneuver. So literally, the Chinese man of the rare planet Mars made trillions of currency. At that time was gold and nickel-plated coins. Made trillions in currency off selling these dragons. As I told y'all, they created the dragons in a transportation, and then later it will become an AI weapon of mass destruction. But before that, it was what they used to water.
Tremor.
Separate itself, making this a vacuum. God separated itself from being emerged in all of this is because of the evil doings of its creation. Instead of people coming together, living in truth, utilizing the waters and the oceans of God Almighty and Him, people start to do their own thing. People got to create their own lives.
Round 2. Fight. Final round. Fight. Finish him. Cyborg wins.
I used to,
Pay your respects.
find me in touch touch me, and I would yell, "Who just touched me?"
Throne defended.
And my son would say, "I accidentally touched your back," and I said, "Don't do it."
And no, not no one simply inside of a story. We got to challenge everything you've ever known. Your God had ministering spirits, angels, resident calisthenics, and they show up right for everywhere. Images who lost their soul that day. I respectfully so let's take a close look at this explosion and that white light right we don't look at any other detail that happens around it. The moment that this building begins to give way, we see that light go from where it was. It moves.
Round 1. Fight.
It stops and maintains a state. Let's see what this sweet.
Round 2.
In the midst of the fire, this became a spirit. We have guns a light, the courage, all those their action, and it's one of all of the same we see the picture back at this here.
Good one, man. That movie saving his ass, don't it?
Fight. Finish him.
What we see happening.
Triborg wins.
We see objects are
Pay your
just
respects.
God is moving mountain, making a way. Back to the depth
Throne
of faith is
defended.
dead. Can't believe things that their imagination can't put into reality. Look at the movements of the orb here. The midst of a blast.
Tanya.
You some degree. Less zoom in. Closer. You see
Triborg.
Jaded by the sea of the breath of the have gotten it back now. I believe an angel present and accounted like a spirit. Doves wings. See you again. Same time. Same hope channel.
Round 1. Fight.
This is the educated people that are out here talking about to figure out not okay. This was in their lives. And his presidency will not accept.
Fuck.
Which is not great. Already and heard word of prejudice about so long. That kind of mechanism. But this was pay attention. And we know that forward. That's why I go back to
Oh, fuck. If he would have guessed that, man, that would have been incredible.
Pay your respects.
he stopped an attack that they had planned on this country,
Defended.
which some of us
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, if he would have guessed that, his ass would have leveled up right there on the spot. He'll be a level 34. Huh?
I bet your pride is named then with me. But no,
I thought he had me too.
a person of intelligence that is running our country. He's not a puppet. He's not controlled by any foreign deities or any foreign influence. He's got our well-being on his heart. But an idiot would see that. An indoctrinated jackass can't see that. And that's what a bunch of you crash dummies are.
Triborg.
Really, truly? Everything you start to go to your end. Yeah, I just said that. There ain't nothing you can do about it. 90% of you liberals are nothing but mentally ill cowards. And you're stupid.
Round one. Fight.
He just your ass. All this you spend your damn time and so that CYRAX claims
Round two. Fight.
walking fame.
Pay your respects.
Now, if that offends you, good. There's nothing you can do about it.
Throne defended.
In 1800, you had to use flint to start a fire, which took a long time and often failed to ignite fire.
Oh, it's what?
Alright, play it again. Swag gets combo here.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's cool, man. Y'all do the times.
That's always fun.
But I want my tournament. I want to okay. Here we go, man. Y'all know what time it is, right? Y'all know what time it is, right? Okay, so we're gonna call this one mortgage fraud part 3, right? So the mortgage is called the deficit. MORT means nowhere. Age.
Round one. Fight.
Means
Round two.
But you just got the house. And that means I'm not okay, so
Triborg wins.
So,
Pay your
let's say for
respects.
instance, your bank is in Seattle, and you go to Bank of America to get a loan. But you go
Throne
to have to file that
defendant.
application with the federal reserve bank in Seattle, Washington, to get your money. Because that's where that card is attached to. They cannot go to any Federal Reserve bank and cash in that application. They can only go to the bank
Triborg.
that has the secret
Alright
card. So that's who the people in you want. Okay, if you know the bank is the house, but you put the house in the name of John Doe.
What else shall we do? Okay. So still in Puerto Rico? Okay. I can see that now. Those are my two genomes. Okay. So who's the Puerto Rican one? Who's the silly one?
Round
I
one.
don't think it's
Fight.
That's my first checker. They took the stomach. That should happen. That is something.
There, he will pay. Then it's over. It's an idiot. It's shit. Like, see, aren't no different. And yes, your stuff is dead. So that's all the things. The full theory was built with it. The same point is violence is now the man from the back was himself. Many folks have speculated that it's identical. The real deal is maybe time ago, secret out. It was not that this was the medicine that was
the Japanese autopsy report detailed the final days. She left us for care of It's been 3 days now in disbelief that you're not here. I could go on talking hard. Try to put the pieces back. I could. I just don't have.
Bro, I like him because you don't have to keep doing the same shit over and over. I mean, you can change a lot up with him. Shit.
Agency because I saw a lot of small businesses, especially
It's just a good game, though.
and I'm really glad to share the
Oh,
stories and actions.
we got the baby. I think I need my man for this dude. he was coming at me with that other whoever else he was playing with a while ago. I can't remember, but he almost beat me. Oh, what game is this he playing?
The thumbnail going to shake this up, and the event going down. It's kind of, trust me, they're going to go to all the things. But it's coming. It's coming because we open the door to perversion. And before God was created, He'll bring judgment. That's what is coming. And I'm telling y'all, it's coming to the point that I want you to prepare your life. I'm not just telling you to prepare your spirit. Because you should already prepare your spirit. I'm going to prepare your mind. Take that money and spend it in the country.
Oh shit. Got lucky as fuck. I was standing in that damn green shit. I had to go over there. That motherfucker, I was losing life. Shit.
Aliens win. Pay respects.
What you got?
I should have used the other mix though. I didn't do the right mix when I went over there. I fucked it up.
You got to be able to step, but you have to have
There is a
the
new
test.
kick.
We are trying to.
Damn, I was on a little 8 streak. Okay. It's not bad for a sleepy guy. I'm over here tired as fuck. I was smoking on the wrong shit though. I don't like that. I didn't smoke this other shit.
Most people ain't got slants like that.
I don't like that THCA stuff. That shit trash.
They didn't have enough to survive.
THCA, it's just like some other kind of way they've been growing that shit. I don't know if it's like some, I don't know what that shit is, but that's like the shit that's in them smoke shops now. I got some pretty good shit, but I got that too. You say vapes?
Round 1. Fight.
Oh yeah, that's that fake shit. Hell yeah, like yeah, bro, I can't smoke that shit. Like I only hit that like like a couple puffs at a time, bro. But put that shit back out. Like I can't smoke that shit like no regular weed. There's something wrong with that stuff.
At the same time.
But I do got some regular shit. That's what I'm finna roll up. I was smoking that purple shit. Started making me feel kind of weird for a minute. I was like, man, fuck that.
The day before, if they didn't take that money and change the numbers and just start walking, it would have happened. People would have ran to the bank and ran to they pull out their 401ks and pull out their money. And once you pull that money out, it's over. It's going to be run on the bank's going to close. You got your money. Ain't no money in it. When the bank closed down, it's going to be like retail. It'll be worse than the market, but you got guns and retail. So everybody gonna think the same way. It's just going to get wiped out. Everybody's the same way, but the same at the same time. It's going to be chaos. And it's always going to be 2 days. Next week, you get that. So you have to. I didn't want to take like that. It's hard to get the that way. But I saw how happened in the modern times. It looked like refugees in the city, millions of people, and all the black folks were stuck on like a little out in the water with nothing to drink wine for just the necessities of having water out. Dying for something having CYRAX involved and an extra blanket and something from the sun. Simple thing. Okay, that kid I told y'all about a bag that you grab and roll that got the stuff in there that you might need to survive. Y'all thought I was just, I know y'all thought I was going to do he done went on, he done went on some business and stuff. He done watched that Williams show. I can't watch it. But the Lord told me to teach my people to be prepared because it's going to be slaves when it goes down.
Wow, what do you think I started this lunch? I think I'm going to be outdone. Wild.
So you're looking for a legit GLP-1 provider. Here's everything you need.
A few weeks later, Professor S.A. Jordan arrived with a team of about 40 scientists, researchers, and laborers to excavate and explore the ancient underground city. Now with more lights and manpower, the scientists realized that the cave system layout wasn't random. It was a symmetrical, deliberate design. The tunnel led to a central chamber. In the chamber was a large statue of what they thought looked like Buddha. Like Buddha? Buddha. What did I say?
Over 100 feet from the entrance is the restaurant, several hundred feet long, in which are found the idol or image of the people's god sitting cross-legged with a lotus flower or a lily in each hand. The cavern and the carving in this cavern. The idol almost resembles Buddha, but the scientists are not certain as to what religious worship it represents. Taking into consideration everything found thus far, it is possible that this worship most resembles the ancient people of Tibet.
We didn't think we were allowed to say Orient. Oh, we bringing it back? Oh, we're not. This was written over 100 years ago.
Just take it down. Just watch. There is a pill that can clear your liver way, but they absolutely do not want you to know about it. You might be unknowingly letting waste slowly flood your body, but there is a pill that can help unblock the lymphatic system and let your body function lightly again, just like when you were 20. Picking up with a slow thing.
Kamala. Please, observe my. I'll touch you all. Look at that. I always tell people, it's not the policy, it's the person. The message that is always wants. I'm gonna show you the story. I'm gonna show you her hypocrisy and then what she said on the page. And it's not a way you know. This makes you just anything that you say you want to about that language. Watch this. Come on, here, kids. Foreign country you consider to be
I think there's an obvious watching Iran has American blood on it. Okay? This funnel to other countries. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be nuclear. That is one of my names.
Triborg wins.
Don't. Private to Iran in this
Pay
moment.
respects.
Don't. I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them.
There is a new king.
Yeah.
If I'm the president, we will attack Iran. Whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program, in the next 10 years, during which they might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel.
I'm coming, bro. I'm trying to finish rolling that damn joint.
It's a terrible thing to say, but those people who run Iran understand that perhaps will deter them from doing something that would be reckless.
All right, so now after watching that, you see the hypocrisy. Oh, yeah, I read it.
Round one, fight.
Man, look how much health I got. Yeah. Fuck. All right. Oh man, come over that fucking disappear. I'm fucked up. Here you go. Oh, it's a mistake, yo. Oh, fuck. Fuck, now I got a victory joint sitting here, man.
Watch this.
Hey, good game, bro. I thought that nigga had me for sure.
There is a new king.
That uppercut saved the fuck out of me that first round. Oh, this dude is good.
Triborg.
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands. Okay, this attack on it.
When villagers come to state themselves, they should look for Hunter Island. What? You think citizens walking around your island when they come to stay at your hotel? Because the ugly citizens don't think it's done that way, but I think.
Chevy trucks are capable and dependable. Chevy people who drive.
I'm smoking, bro.
Round one, fight. Round two. Brutality. Kung Lao wins.
Yeah, you have a few of them come across the varying streets. Not a whole
Pay
lot
your
of them.
respects.
Certainly not as much as with the academics, you believe. But came from the
There is a new king.
And so you're talking about Native Americans who were as black as any African in their state. So you don't cover it, you don't cover from the state. The township people, they are one and the same with Mother Earth. They are the color of the earth and all their different skin tones. The pale skin came along as an experimental abomination, and therefore came on later on, and is not part of the men. So when you hear people saying, "Oh, we're all equal and we're all, one with each other," no, we're not. And the inherent fact that cannot be denied is that white people are undoubtedly very uncomfortable on this planet. It's inherent in the fact that they're still monumental corporations for the sole purpose of enslaving others and destroying the planet. I have yet to see any Hispanic or Native American or Asian for that matter build a master corporation that is hell-bent on enslaving others and destroying the planet. Okay? Now, okay, fine. So you can make an argument for China. Okay, wow, big deal. One example. Okay? China is busy trying to be equal to the African nations. That's why China has turned into what it is. Yes. But the inherent is the whole equality issue. And no, we're not equal because in the good old days, people like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Huey P. Newton and the rest of them, they didn't adopt the term equality until much later on, when they knew it was necessary to use the term to get the white mainstream on board with the civil rights movement. Because civil rights and equality are not the same thing. Civil rights simply says you have the right and the freedom to pursue your dreams as long as you're not hurting everybody else. We wish you the best of luck, and don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Have a nice day. That's the definition of civil rights. There's no mystery in it. Equality was invented by the Masonic elite for the sole purpose of
should anything about the Morris legacy come to light globally, that the idea would be to try and protect any negative backlash against the Pounds Kid by brainwashing everyone into thinking we're all equal. The problem is this: in order to be equal, you have to have an archetype or a stereotype that serves as the definition of equality. And unfortunately, that archetype is the Pounds Kid. If you don't look like me, talk like me, have my gender or sexual orientation, then you are the enemy. You are the outcast. You do not belong. So that's the downfall of this ridiculous term called equality, which is BS. It has nothing to do with civil rights. Not a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely no such thing as in profit. It is a transaction term. The term profit to the term salary is meant for people of color and you, and the subject people of Earth, and the Pounds Kid represents the walking dead, and that's what the abomination. The entire idea, the thing and the Pounds Kid profit is an absolute pathological, you Morocco, he is the entire Western empire of the planet, the entire Asiatic nations, and therefore Morocco being the first country to give the first of the United States in recognizing the United States as a sovereign nation, with the stipulation that they continue having a healthy relationship with those very same dark-skinned Native Americans. Of course, that went down the street as well, and this is where the term Indian giver comes from. With, the expansionists going out there to the west and making empty promises they never intended to keep.
Johnny
People act, you're not a real Native American, therefore you don't exist. Now, that's not a subtle stab in the back. I don't know what is. First of all, you're sworn to language, someone who is Kevin Shane, and recipient. I'll let you watch it.
80. Want to turn your water hose into a pressure washer? This is all you need. Screw this on to the end of your water hose, and then these are your little pressure washer doohickeys. You got 3 different ones. Got the red one, the white one, and the green. There you go. And that is how you turn it into a pressure washer. And it's only this big. I would look how this all day long with one of them huge running spoons. Go ahead and grab it in today. It's all pretty little. Take it with your whole lot. You got all the info and one top below.
I'm angry. I'm angry at how these Jewish business people have done. And too many of my friends. I mean, you tell me, Brian, this is how he was better. This is the trainer. But come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars of California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed based on fact, not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw the truth. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to Zombieland forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me, and they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched the medication, and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of injury. Right? I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
Yeah, say it. Control and try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you.
But they can't control me. Ain't no name I want, man. I ain't taking no flight from nobody. It's God. It's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You too. You understand? Yeah. Michael Jordan. What about him? His dad, right? Bill Cosby, his son. Right? Dr. Dre, his son. When I'm in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loves me. You understand? They get me. Yeah, Adidas, all that away. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. I can't send none of y'all meat meals, y'all puppies. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail. And even if they did figure out a way, I'm still not backing down from what I said. There's Jewish people that did bad business.
If you're dealing with hyper, is the mark of the beast here yet, or is it not?
Yes.
What is it?
There is a new king.
The mark of the beast is Neuralink.
Oh, wait. I'm saying evil stuff that Elon Musk is making?
Oh, yeah. Dude, you ready to get your mind blown?
What's up?
All right, check this out. All right, so this is what Elon tweeted out on December 31st. Neuralink will start high-volume production of the brain-computer interface devices and move to streamline almost entirely automated surgical procedures in 2026. That's this year. Oh, that's, we're talking here. Just wait. So they're streamlining the process. They're automating the surgical procedure, and they're mass producing the brain-computer interface device. So that means, I'm going to dramatize this a little bit, but in 2 years, you're going to be able to walk into your local Walmart, walk out, and you've got the network. It's going to be that. It's literally, they're going to automate it. They're mass producing it, meaning they're going to mass implement and mass install them. About 10 days, 15 days after he tweeted that out, Elon tweeted this out. Mind reading that for me?
What's probably doing that since today?
That's not even it. That's not even it. So, in order to have the mark of the beast, you have to have an army to enforce the mark, right? Something made in the image of the person. So it says the second beast was given power to give breath to the image of the first beast. Okay, so it says that it's giving breath. Well, the first beast is the Antichrist. We are made in the image of. Yeah, we're made in the image of God, right? We're less than God, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if something's made in the image of the Antichrist is human. That would mean that something's made in the image of a human, but is less than a human, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so does Elon Musk have something that he's making that is in the image of has functionality of a human that he's literally going to be able to give breath to speak, and to cause all who refuse to worship him?
The AI, isn't he working on AI?
Yeah, I'll show you. Go. Something made in the image of a human, functions like a human, and is given breath to speak by the false prophet. Okay, so in order for there to be mass installation and mass forcing of people to have the Neuralink, and if they don't get it, they're going to be unalive. And in order for that to happen, there has to be a ton of these things, right?
Yes, sir.
Because like if there were just like 500 of them, we would just be able to rip them apart, right?
Yeah,
So there would need to be like millions, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what Elon announced about 20 days ago. Say that out loud, please.
A Tesla to build 1 million Optimus robots per year at a Fremont factory, Musk says. He's gonna massive produce them on a huge scale.
Oh yeah, mind you, this is one factory. Now they have multiple Tesla factories. So when they start, we're talking multi-million per year. Okay, millions. And we're just gonna keep going through scripture. Do you know how the Tesla humanoid robots and the Tesla vehicles are able to self-drive? Do you know how they're able to navigate?
I always thought it was like a system, like a power system or something like that.
Well, no, it's not through satellites. Now, they do connect through satellites, and they're able to, GPS and stuff like that, but they have to identify items on the screen. And how they do that is, it's right here. It does artificial intelligence, and then locus movement. Yes, artificial intelligence systems do manage locus movement specifically for collision avoidance, right? Think of the watchful aspect, right? If they view other items on the road, people, pedestrians, vehicles, as other locusts, and locusts are able to swarm perfectly without colliding, they're able to navigate the world without hitting other things because they identify them as other locusts. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you know how this is built?
I'm sorry, I'm not as good at record, but isn't in the end times there's supposed to be a bunch of locusts that they're coming to attack people?
Do you have your Bible?
Yes, sir.
Go to Revelation chapter 9.
Okay, I'm at 9.
Okay, now read verse 2 and 3.
Open the bottomless pit. There arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. The sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpion of the earth have power.
And it describes this army of locusts, actually in the Old Testament. And so go to Joel chapter 2.
So, okay, chapter 2?
Yep, chapter 2, and then read verse 6 through 10.
Okay, listen. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, they shall march every one on his ways, they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb upon the houses, they shall enter in at the windows of the thief. The earth shall quake before them, and heaven shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, the sun shall draw their sky.
Interesting. So we see a couple parallels there, right? The sun and sky are darkened, the army of locusts come out, they don't jostle each other, they don't swerve, they're not able to they're able to punch through defenses without breaking rank. They're able to march in straight lines without moving from their position. Sounds kind of like something that is able to avoid collision and to swarm in huge numbers without colliding, doesn't it?
Yeah, so then if they're all connected, they all move like coordinated together.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, we're not done yet. This is all obviously biblical, right? It's all fascinating, incredible. It's happening in real time. But in order for this to all happen, right, it says in Revelation chapter 13, that it forced all people, great, small, rich, poor, free, or slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. So it says that people will not be able to buy or sell unless they have the mark. Well, what is the mark in this conversation? The Neuralink. Okay, all right. So in order for them to buy or sell, they would have to have the Neuralink. Well, that would mean that Elon Musk would have to introduce like a payment system that would house a lot of the money, all of the money actually, because he would have to control the finances, right? He would have to literally create something that literally embodies all of the world currency, and the only way to access the currency would be through the Neuralink, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see what Elon Musk announced about a week ago? That was tweeted out like last week.
X Bunny will be launched in 1 to 2 months in a limited external beta, then worldwide to all X users later. This is intended to be the place where all the money is. The central source of all monetary transactions is going to be a game changer.
Oh, so guys, I'm just quickly recapping here, okay? So we got.
What about Fallout? What about it? I mean, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are great. Fallout 4 is only good with mods.
I'm sorry about the mess right now, but I wish I was over exaggerating. I actually glanced at all the TikTok because everybody was talking about it, and I was like, there's gotta be some funny gimmicks, right? This was about, okay? I could not.
That's why you're losing. Round 2.
No way! No way! No way! Oh my God!
The best food to eat if you want to eliminate wrinkles is not collagen, it's not garlic, and it's definitely not blueberries.
Yeah, that's true.
Just 1 teaspoon of this food reduces cellular skin aging from 60% to more than collagen and garlic combined. It has been used for thousands of years in Africa.
Yeah, I get that.
But somehow we never hear about it in America. Imagine that. This will also boost serotonin, slow cellular aging, improve mitochondrial function, support energy, reduce your mood, smooth out wrinkles and fine lines.
I've heard about that before. I didn't realize it worked like that. That's interesting.
And restore that youthful glow to your skin. That skin fresh glow. Just imagine the child.
Say the devil face first. What's the best in the world? That's the second best. The devil face first. Yes. That's great. And then you don't have to over and then honestly, and dollar and fall angel also not to die. That message. You first have to recognize, and once you recognize the dark side of the dark manifest and then only the things against that experience come back to the same message. I really intentionally come from a and so I know you don't and then I pick up and you look at it, study the moment. None of the brain is there in the phone. They believe they're interfacing. They able to get in these comments today and try to get spirits to come into them. They try to channel these spirits. You've got the spirit class HC who's able to interface with us. These are real things. They're part of activating parts of mind so that people can see passive thing. And then again, they've now been able to realize it's either wired in the brain, decades ago, or done. Your eyes narrow the light spectrum so much that you saw the infrared, everything else we get into the future. But now with hallucinogens, other things, they actually see past and they don't influence the other dimensions.
First, get your name off that deed right now.
This is Glorilla, and I got donation to do this video, and my number one support.
They killed the factory worker in 1853 for transforming his face from bloated.
The world is not what you have been told. Have you ever wondered why all these unexplainable ancient structures are built on the Earth's energy grid? The explanation stems from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, who was also known as Idris, Enoch,
Vermi, Metatron, or Tetraplasm. In these tablets, Self mentions a technology called Stargate many times. He explains that they enabled him to travel instantaneously between various locations on Earth and even to other worlds. And this is how these Stargates work. The Stargate is an energy grid, a network of natural energy lines that crisscross the planet. By aligning the Stargates with these energy lines, folks could tap into a limitless source of power, enabling instantaneous travel. These energy lines are now called ley lines to hide their true power, but it gets even crazier. Look at all these ancient sites they all lie on Stargate locations. This is because folks built every single one. He traveled the globe spreading spiritual wisdom, advanced technology, and profound astronomical knowledge. This is also how every site aligns with constellations or celestial objects. Self was known by many names in different cultures because he used these stargates to travel and build sites. You think Self built more sites on other planets?
Turned out the war in Iran big news today as the U.S. continues to hammer away at Iran. You're seeing signs. Many of the Iranian leadership are looking to defect. Many of the military leaders are looking to defect. All of this is good news. It shows that President Trump is being more and more successful with his military in taking out the ballistic missile sites, taking out command and control structures, and of course making sure they never get a nuclear weapon again. That is literally the entire agenda of this war. That's it. Now, the other news to come out today is that apparently Spain and the United Kingdom have not been very helpful to the United States. Not surprising, seeing that they're run by wild leftists. But President Trump not happy about this. First is Spain, not letting us use their air bases, not helping us in any way, shape, or form. He says cut off trade with Spain.
Spain was good terrible. In fact, I told Scott the incredible dealings with Spain. First of all, it started when every European nation, at my request, made 5%, which they should be doing. And everybody was enthusiastic about it. Germany and Spain didn't do it. And now Spain actually said that we can't use their bases, and that's all right. We can use their base if we want. We can just fly in and use it.
That's my president. We'll just take it from him. So Spain is the problem. The United Kingdom, there was a time when the United Kingdom, I would have told you, was America's greatest ally. Not anymore. You got this guy Keir Starmer in charge as prime minister. Not a good guy, Mr. President.
By the way, I'm not happy with the UK either. That island that you read about, the lease, for whatever reason, he made a lease of the island. Somebody came and took it away from him. And it's taken 3-4 days for us to work out where we can land there. It would have been much more convenient landing there as opposed to flying many extra hours. So we are very surprised. This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
No, Keir Starmer, it's not Winston Churchill. He's talking about islands in the Indian Ocean that are UK territories. They didn't want to let us land there. It took days to work that out. Not good at all. Now to the controversy over this being a forever war. I will say this, the administration, I think, took some missteps with their words yesterday in their message to Iran. And the American people got a very different message. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I have talked to people very high up in this administration. The goal is to get in and out of here very quickly. As I said, debilitate their Navy, their military, and of course nuclear sites. And that's it. But Trump had truthed this out yesterday, basically saying that the United States, we have a virtually unlimited supply of these weapons. Wars can be fought forever, and very successfully. That was the message to Iran, not our stock market. But because many of the traders on Wall Street are so dumb and also happen to be liberals, they took that the President Trump wants to fight forever. He doesn't. And then Marco Rubio said this about Israel and us getting involved because they would have. Watch.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that was a precipitated attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties and perhaps even higher than those killed. And then we went on to get into some questions about why we knew that and didn't have.
It seems like an empty statement there. Apparently, That's not what he was trying to say. Because what happened was the fears that ensued. Oh gosh, well, maybe Israel was calling the shots. We know no calling the shots is President Trump. President Trump is the commander-in-chief of all commander-in-chiefs. Nobody tells that man what to do. So Rubio clarified his statement today, but not before the stock market was down, and I mean down big today.
I was very clear in that answer. This is a question of timing and why this had to happen as a joint operation, not the question of the intent. Once the president made a decision that negotiations were not going to work, that they were playing us on the negotiations, and that this was a threat that wasn't tenable, the decision was made to strike them. That's what I said yesterday, and you guys need to play it. If you're going to play these statements, you need to play the whole statement, not just to reach a narrative that you want to do, all right?
Well, I apologize to you, Mr. Secretary, because I played the same soundbite. And I understand what you're saying, and I'm glad you get to clarify it, that this was about timing. Fine, I believe you. I know this is not a forever war. I know this is not about a regime change.
Today, Tehran woke to terrifying booms that engulfed the night sky in flame. By day, the capital's Revolutionary Square battered and buildings broken, structures shattered, and praised the dead. Anita Tehran cannot believe what she's seen.
I hope this ends soon, and so many people won't be killed.
You're punching them while they're dead.
Get out of the kitchen.
That's how it should be. In Washington, Pentagon leaks that U.S. strikes had so far focused on Iran's ballistic missile structures and drones in Iran's west and northwest. And U.S. strikes will soon spread deeper into Iran now that the U.S. has more control.
The U.S. expanded the warhead today with an event not seen in more than 80 years. A submarine's torpedo sunk the Iranian warship Iris Dena off the coast of Sweden.
Stop bleeding and stand up.
Final round, fight!
Said air defense shot down the Iranian missiles and sound. Next to Iran's targets are Arab-Gulf shooting systems, the Iraqi military zone, today covered in flames. Iran's president wrote directly to Arab governors today, saying, quote, the American Zionist military attack has left us no choice but to defend ourselves. We respect the sovereignty and still believe that the region's peace must be ensured by the countries of the region.
We're not at war right now on Capitol Hill.
Iran has sparked a divide along party and over nomenclature.
We had to ensure that they can't fire all those rocket missiles at our people, our troops, our assets, our citizens in the region, and our installation. We're taking that out. Had to. It's a defensive operation.
This afternoon, the Senate rejected a bill that would demand congressional approval before further attacks. But some Republicans are voicing concerns if those attacks continue.
Will be a no for now, but if this thing goes beyond a few weeks, I'm going to have a lot more concerns.
War's first American fatalities, reservists assigned to the 103rd Sustainment Command out of Des Moines, Iowa. They worked behind the lines in logistics, killed when they reported the unreinforced building in Kuwait.
Hold it out.
Hold it out. 39-year-old sergeant, first class, Nicole Moore. On the driver, Captain Cody Court. 42-year-old sergeant, first class, Philip Stevens. And Sergeant Deputy, whose family says he's considering extending to Kuwait.
hard that we work. One thing we should say is that, I haven't had a lot of jobs, but I've had jobs in the civilian world. And I've been over here for 6 months. And I work 12 plus hour days, 6 or 7 days a week. And I get right on with it.
It's just so hard. Thanks so much. I wish I got money left. Oh my god, you need this up. She's probably very scared, even if he didn't want people to know. So amazing.
Good evening. We begin tonight here with the breaking news from the war in Iran. Tonight, U.S. embassies and consulates coming under attack, and Americans stranded across the region. Late today, a drone strike reported near the U.S. consulate in Dubai. The drone coming down in a parking lot, fire breaking out. Just hours earlier, 2 drones hitting the U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia. At least 6 embassies in the region now closed tonight. And this evening, 24 hours after the State Department urged all Americans to leave the Middle East, Secretary of State Marco Rubio late today saying they're now preparing military flights, charter flights, even coming up with land routes for Americans to try to get to other countries to try to get out. And tonight, with Iran essentially shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, where so much of the world's oil passes through, President Trump is now saying he will call on the U.S. Navy to escort ships through if necessary. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Ian Powell leading us off from the region tonight.
Tonight, U.S. embassies and consulates under attack from Iran. U.S. citizens trapped in the war-torn region. The State Department now scrambling to secure military aircraft and charter planes to get them out, after telling Americans in 14 countries to evacuate. Tonight, video verified by ABC News shows an Iranian drone slamming into the U.S. consulate in Dubai. Explosion and fire in a car. Next, U.S. embassy in Amman, Jordan, also targeted. And drone strikes shutting down the U.S. embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And tonight, with Americans stranded across the Middle East, our current Travers asked President Trump was there not a plan for this before attacking Iran?
Commercial air travel right now is severely restricted in the United States, and thousands of Americans are stranded. Why wasn't there an evacuation plan, and when you sent planes to get people out?
Well, because it happens all over. Today, Secretary Scott Tucker Rubio on the plan to get Americans out.
It'll be a variety of methods: charter flights, military flights and transports, expanded commercial opportunities, and in some cases land routes that will allow them to go to neighboring countries who might have open airports at that point.
Tonight, the president said he's surprised by the speed of the rounds of ammunition. Though Iran is clearly how it was performed.
I was surprised. I think and now the inspectors are all fighting against that, fighting strongly against that.
Effectively shutting down the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil flowing. With oil and gas prices up already. Trump saying, if necessary, the US Navy will provide escort to ships in the Strait of Hormuz. As US and Israel launching another wave of strikes on Iran. More than 700 Iranians killed, according to the Red Crescent. Today is mass for the victims of the school attack, which left more than 160 dead. And yet to explain what's happened. And Israel saying it struck an area in Qom where Iran's interim leadership council was meeting to appoint a new speaker. Tonight, verified videos online showing the area meeting with Iran denying those were meetings. Not asking the ground.
Most of the people had in mind to get some aside was dead. And then I said, we have another people that may be dead also. Based on reports.
The president was asked what the best case would be for Iran's next leader.
The worst case would be we do this and then somebody takes over which is as bad as the previous person. That could happen.
The president identified 4 potential service members killed at the Iranian strike in Kuwait on the Operations Center. But officials tell ABC News facility did not have adequate defenses, making it vulnerable to aerial attacks. US F-15 fighter jets were shot down over the Kuwait by friendly fire. One of them seen spiraling to the ground. Remarkable video, verified by ABC News circulating online, shows the tense moments as locals confront one of the downed American pilots, approaching one with a pipe. His parachute still attached. That pilot putting his hands up and kneeling. All the men realized he was an American. You're safe, you're safe. And this video showing Kuwaitis finding another one of those pilots after she's safely ejected too.
David, amid this scramble to get Americans out, the State Department telling people to call a hotline. But when you dial the number, an automated message saying, do not rely on the US government for evacuation at this time. David?
Wow, there is an intense scramble tonight across the Middle East to try to get these Americans out, Ian. Thank you.
Or QQ. Guantanamo Bay just expanded. Not for terrorists. It's first to notice. On February 7, 2026, the Pentagon approved $500 million for emergency construction on Guantanamo Bay. Not renovation, expansion. E9 holding center, 3 new support units, a medical wing, and a communications blackout facility that did not exist before. For 20 years, they told you Gitmo was winding down. Obama tried to close it. Not a good system. The question is, who is it for? The tribunals have started. February 15, 2026, signed Executive Order 1418, reactivating military tribunal authority for civilian cases involving national security. The media didn't cover it. One headline. This means civilians can now be tried by military courts if their crimes involve treason, trafficking, or espionage. Discuss this on Eyes on Gitmo, Global Defense War, Military and Intelligence Analysts. No jury, plea bargains. 10-year appeals. Military justice at military speed. Flight logs. Since February 1st, 47 flights have departed Andrew Air Force Base into Gitmo. Not military rotations, charter flights, unmarked, scheduled, manifest, classic. February 1, February 2, February 1 rather, 2 flights, 14 passengers. February 8th, 3 flights, 22 passengers. February 14th, 1 flight, VIP configuration, 4 passengers only. February 9th, 4 flights, 31. Largest day. February 22nd, 2 flights, departed at 3:17 a.m. 2 flights to Gitmo, 3 February 25th, 3 flights, still ongoing. 47 flights, 100 plus passengers, 25-day period. Flights. February 31st, Epstein files, 318 names. February 7th, Gitmo expansion, $500 million. February 12th, Norway Prime Minister charged. February 15th, Goldman Sachs lawyer resigns. February 19th, Prince Andrew arrested. Same day, 4 flights to Gitmo. February 22nd, El Mencho, 2 flights. February 24th, Lord Mandelson arrested, fleeing to the airport. February 25th, Trump said, quote, justice coming. Every resignation, arrest, free life. 327,000 field indictments. Annual average, 1,000. There are currently 327,000 in the federal court system. 327 times more than one. They're not building courtrooms for terrorists. They're building them for traitors. Tribunals are not coming. They've already begun. Pay attention to who stops Houston, who cancels appearances, who suddenly retires and focuses on the long term. Now it's documented, official, and being released here. The walls are closing in. State. Like nothing can stop this stuff.
Trump has sailed up the Iranian shit creek without a paddle, and he's soon to be without interceptor missiles. The U.S. stockpiles described as dangerously low, meaning they have days left, maybe weeks. Once that's up, then it's a full fucking shit show, and Iran can slap us around at will because they have thousands of ballistic missiles left, all kinds of drones, and they haven't even broke out any of their thousands of little speedboats that they put out into the Gulf with drones on those that they have described as very dangerous because they could start attacking oil tankers. Straits of Hormuz, that's closed. Oil's going up, $85 a barrel, set to fucking go even higher. The U.S. consulate in Israel, they have said they can no longer provide assistance to any U.S. citizens of the 160,000 U.S. citizens that are still in Israel. The U.S. consulate can provide no services and provide no safety because the Iron Dome's only having an 80% success rate. So they're launching about 45 missiles in to Israel, and their 9 are getting through. They're already getting through because they figured out the math of how to exploit the Iron Dome system. Israel's blowing smoke up everybody's ass, saying that they've knocked Iran down to 12 missile launching sites, but that's not even possible because there's more than that in missiles coming in. These motherfuckers have kicked a hornet's nest that they had no idea how to deal with. They thought this fucker would...
Round 1, fight.
Be over in 48 hours. And we're going to get drug into this. Piece by piece, Trump has signed an executive order that says he's authorized for full war. Like, this isn't already full war. If the Straits of Hormuz are closed, and it's like, motherfuckers, they've already closed. Marco Rubio comes out and says, we had to do this because Israel fucking was going to force our hand, and some reporter asked Trump, and Trump's like, no, they didn't force my hand. I'm in control here, dude. Trump ain't in control of shit. He ain't in control of shit. He's getting leather on the nose by Israel. Israel is now led a ground invasion into Lebanon. Lindsey Graham's out there saying that we need to join Israel in the ground invasion in Lebanon. These warmongering motherfuckers, if you are going to war, you are literally with Chuck Schumer and Lindsey Graham. All you motherfuckers that are MAGA that are like, I'm against everything the liberals are for. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? The Democrats are all in for this war in fucking Iran because it's the uniparty, right? Everybody who was against Donald Trump, they're now all for it. Trump is no longer the outsider. Trump is the swamp. Trump has violated the Constitution by initiating a war without Congress's approval. Mike Johnson's shitting his pants right now because Massey's going to push up this war fucking powers resolution. So they're going to have to fucking vote on it. They don't know if they got their votes because the people that are up for re-election are pissing their pants because there is still just a minimal, it's the mouth breathers and the boomers and the Fox News Kool-Aid drinkers are the only ones left supporting this bullshit war with Iran. Because you can support the military and all those guys and not support the war. Motherfuckers, some are so fucking stupid that they're like, oh, you have to support the war to fucking support the military. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. So this is spiraling out of control faster than anybody can get a handle on it. And you guys should know a little history that Iran and Iraq actually had a war with each other. Iraq threw 1 million soldiers to try to cross the border into Iran. They lost them all. They never fucking got in there. They sent 1 million soldiers in, lost them all, trying to invade Iran. We're all pushed back. Iraq suffered 2 million casualties in total. And that took 9 years. 9 years, and they never got shit out of Iran. Iran is not a bunch of fucking goat herders with AK-47s. This is a 1 million-man army with modern technology motherfuckers, just because you're the biggest army, it don't matter if you got shit for strategy. The U.S. has no strategy other than just getting led around by the dick by Israel. That's what's going on here. And until these motherfuckers wake up and admit that shit, Trump is literally now a foreign agent. If there wasn't an even party and the Democrats were serious, they could literally impeach Trump right now for being a foreign agent because he is being led around by Israel, which is a foreign country. Like, this is so fucking retarded. This is so fucking retarded. This is the most retarded shit. It's worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Trump has betrayed America. He's betrayed all of his supporters. He's betrayed everybody who voted for him when he was like promising us no more. This is a giant sack of horse shit that I will stop. So, good luck to you all, because we're gonna fucking do it. Long live the Republic.
Finish her. 一说不行，Quan Chi wins.
Man, I got all my information in there. Like I said, I got it on the camera that you took it.
I'm gonna find a police officer.
All right.
Say, police officer. Just follow one. It's about something that happened in this town. You guys always come through doing the same pranks.
Pranks? It's not a prank.
Well, it's about the fourth time this happened.
The fourth time you stole the wallet?
No, I didn't steal it.
Okay.
There are 3 young men here, and they have cameras. And incidentally, the same pranks happened that's been going on for years. They drop wallets, and then if someone picks it up, they say that they stole it and come behind them saying that they're taking a picture. I need an officer out here to verify. Now, this is like the third time this has happened periodically, and I'm tired of it. They always select me to drop something in front of, and then when they fall behind you on the street, they want to accuse you of stealing something. I probably get nothing.
There's been
Close to nothing.
There's been about 10 people.
Close to nothing.
There's been 10 honest people today. We've got
the police. I said, this young man here, I was sitting on the stool where I've been sitting for years. Okay. This young man came along, so I recognized him doing stuff earlier. But anyway, he came along and I was sitting on the stool without the wallet tail directly between my legs. So I looked down and there was the wallet. He was walking towards the tree.
So you dropped it by your legs, is that?
Yeah.
So you saw it drop?
Yeah. It's right between my legs. So then I backed up, I picked it up, and I put it in my bag. So then I ran up around the corner there, up to the green room. Then he came after me. So I picked it up. Then they tell me, it's in here. Then they tell me that if you're honest about it, they give you $100 for all this stuff.
Everyone so far, that's just been like, oh, drop the wall.
Well, so far, I gave money to the city tremendously.
Yes, I'm not
in all of it.
But that's mine now.
It's my project.
That's not.
I'm not getting anything out of it. If I catch you in the park again playing a trick on me, my people are going to come after you anyway. I'm serious.
Is that the wallet right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't call me out.
Yes, my wallet.
I have to touch this shit.
Yep.
Right, so tell me again with those pranks, I swear to God.
So,
They're targeting me.
when people pick up the wallet, we get $100.
Yeah, but I picked it up.
But you stole it, man. You walked
How did it help that I steer it when it's going between my legs, over my neck?
Man, it was on.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn it the same way. You're gonna learn the same way the others did.
I'm gonna learn the same way.
And, just like the other white one over there.
What happened? Old and dead. Fine, that's I'm sure. Have a great day, man.
You know, people like myself have been actively trying to remind you how our government's controlled and ran by an elite network of pedophiles, and that these pedophiles are all influenced and blackmailed by dual citizen Israelis. And this all started when Epstein infiltrated our government and used his connections within Mossad. Point in case being Alan Dershowitz, his attorney, said that, well, if Jeffrey Epstein was Mossad, he could have just said something to me and I would have got all of his charges dropped. Well, that leads us into this conversation we're about to have about Candace Owens, because Candace Owens is right over the target, and I find it very strange. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Granted, we all knew when we were going to war, we knew it was going to be by the 28th, we knew it was going to be on a Jewish holiday. We knew this operation was coming long in advance. But it's just strange that as soon as Candace Owens is getting ready to release this series on Erica Kirk, magically we're at war. It's like the entire internet was going to be focused and paying attention to the story about Erica Kirk, her mother, and their connections to the military, because once you start asking a few questions and you start pulling a few strings, just like the Epstein files, you find a rat nest of corruption. So if you haven't seen this documentary that Candace is working on, this series, I think it's on episode 5 now, let me give you a taste of what you're missing.
Reason in this year, 2008, War is going to receive a lot of money from the Army National Guard. IMET Laboratories, again, associated with France Day, the Army National Guard is going to have to disclose they gave $2.4 million to IMET Laboratories. Take a look at that. I mean, this woman bottled to a secretary to now she's getting all this money for tech. It's interesting. Things are going to start to get pricey. Okay, so remember, going into this, Lori's already working with the United States military. She's receiving millions. Not forget that. 2009, Lori France is going to establish Everyday Heroes Like You in April. In her filing, she will claim it is a faith-based organization that is raising funds and developing programs for vulnerable children. Okay? Lori seems a bit busy. She's already working with the government. She's maybe in Afghanistan, or at least creating technical use in Afghanistan now. This hero is jumping in and going, I'm going to help vulnerable children. I feel uncomfortable about that. Do you guys feel uncomfortable about that? And in October, the same year, right after she establishes this, it is announced that the Romanian government has agreed to allow America to set up a military base along the Black Sea. Erica is going to make the claim, by the way, on a future podcast entitled Free Thinkers Only, that shortly after they established this charity, Everyday Heroes Like You, she's going to go to China to help women who were sex trafficked. Then she gets this partnership with the Marines, and then she goes out and establishes the Romanian Angels Project. That's what she says. Don't hold Erica to aid the systems. You drive yourself crazy. 2009, the Romanian government agreeing to allow America to set up a military base. That's when you start to see Jeffrey Epstein beginning to procure women from Romania. This headline reads, several Romanian women named in newly released Epstein case files. I'll add here also the number one university that he seems to be involved with is Arizona State University, which Eric will eventually graduate from. For the purpose of right now, just know that Jeffrey Epstein, we have emails going back to 2009, right when this base gets established. Suddenly, he is interested in procuring models from Romania. The guy.
This is a U.S. Marine, somebody that voluntarily risked his life for our country, wears the uniform, shows up at the Senate, which, by the way, this is the People's House. Strictly speaking, the House of Representatives is the People's Chamber. But nevertheless, U.S. Capitol, that's the People's House. It's the People's body. It's a constitutional government. It represents us. We're in a war right now that nobody voted for. It's a war that was launched illegally by the President of the United States, without a declaration of war, without a vote. Not only that, he was elected under the pretense that he would not do this. He was elected under the pretense that there would be no new wars, certainly there would be no ground war in the Middle East, or Iran, least of all. So not only did he launch the war without any kind of congressional authorization, no authorization of use of force, no formal declaration of war, he also did it unilaterally in contravention of his own campaign promises when he was elected. So our government is doing that. Nobody knows who's making this decision. Why? And you have a U.S. Marine, okay, a man in uniform that is there to speak out and exercise his First Amendment and says very plainly, we don't want to fight for Israel. The police and our own representatives, a Republican senator, tackle him, break his hand, violently rip him out of the chamber. And we all know the real reason. They did it to silence him. They did it because they hate this image. This is a damning image. If you actually watch the entire video, he stands up in the chamber, not menacing, not threatening, stands up in the chamber and says, Americans don't want to fight for Israel. You can't have that video go viral. You can't have that image go viral. That's why they leapt on him. That's why they moved to tackle him. And that's why they tried to so violently remove him. After they kicked his ass. It's all of us. Brian McGinnis is all of us. He's better than us. He's a Marine. He actually served the United States of America in an official capacity, offering up his life in defense of our nation, getting up and saying, we don't want to fight and die for Israel. Yeah, nobody does. He didn't sign up to fight and die for Israel. None of us did. None of those 6 people that have been killed so far signed up to fight and die for Israel. Nobody voted for us to fight and die for Israel. Nobody wants to fight and die for Israel. And it is a combination of our own security state and our own representatives that are silencing us. What a farce. Executive branch taking us to war, no counsel, no approval from the legislative branch. If an armed service member who is supposed to be fighting the war that no one voted for, if he exercises his civil rights inside the People's House, he gets his ass kicked, he gets his hand broken, he gets violently dragged out. That's the farce. It's the government. That guy should be president. That guy should be a U.S. senator. And what is Tim Sheedy doing? You're a Republican representative, you disgusting pig. You disgusting pig. Tim Sheedy, Republican senator from Montana. I don't care what the guy's politics are. It's a guy that's in a uniform. Where's the respect? Think about it. These are the same people that they are asking to go and fight and die in this war. These are the same people that are actually going to do the killing and the dying in Iran. This war that no one voted for, this war that Congress never authorized. Take the man's hand. Go away, you leap out of your chair like you're some tough guy. Go and kick his ass? Really? I think maybe they forgot. It's the people's country. Isn't that the whole premise of fighting for the people? Don't we have rights? Don't we have civil rights to speak out in our own house? In our own country? And least of all, the people that actually put on the uniform to defend the country and the rights that are supposed to be enshrined in the Constitution? I guess not.
Reason that America wants a regime change in Iran is because Bibi Netanyahu is demanding it, and that answers the question as to why there is this split in the MAGA movement. What we are seeing right now is the infiltration of Israel First people, the neocons, people who always want never-ending wars, and the people who have recognized that following Israel's foreign policy initiatives has led to America being on the decline. And we also are completely done with the idea that this decades-long idea that we're doing it to spread democracy because you believe in international liberalism. There was no imminent threat to the United States when Trump made this decision to do what Bibi wanted. And I want to be clear here. This was not Trump's decision. It was Bibi Netanyahu's decision. And that is the reason that he did it. And we're very aware that Israel is dictating our foreign policy, and we would now like that to stop.
Okay, but you wouldn't disagree, presumably, that Iran has been the main sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East through the Houthis, through Hezbollah, through Hamas. I mean, that's widely accepted and recognized. They've done it.
It's widely accepted. No, that's just kind of...
Really?
Israel has been a terrorist state. Okay, Israel right now is imparting a genocide and a Holocaust on the Gazan people. So I'm really over this idea like somehow Israel has the moral high ground and we have to get behind that.
I didn't say that.
We got to go after the bad guys.
I wasn't saying that. Look, we can come to Gaza, where I think we'll reach agreement about what Israel's government's been doing there in the last few months.
It's relevant. If you're going to call Iranians terrorists, if they right now had an open concentration camp where they were mass killing their own people, while at the same time they are executing a genocide and a Holocaust in Gaza that the world is watching. So, who's the bigger terrorist is the question today. I would say, as an American, that if we're going to get behind a regime change, it should be in Israel first. So that would be my position. I think the position of a lot of people who are waking up to the fact that Zionism has brought us nothing but grief in America. Can you name one positive thing that Zionists have contributed to America? That us fighting these perpetual wars on behalf of Zionism has contributed to America. There's no imminent threat. He could have taken this to Congress and he could have allowed the people's representatives to wait 2 weeks, and then he didn't wait 2 weeks because Bibi Netanyahu, at least according to the Israeli press, if you believe it, said we're not waiting 2 weeks, we want this done immediately. But I will say you are correct. He's not just doing this because Bibi Netanyahu demands it. He's also doing it because Miriam Adelson demands it. He took $100 million from Miriam Adelson. It was very clear what she wanted. She was clear that she wanted to annex the West Bank. So there was an imperialist plan that was put into place. And unfortunately, when you do a deal with the devil, you're going to have to eventually deliver the pound of flesh. And that is what Trump is doing, in my opinion. And more evidence of that is the fact he tweeted that there could be a Trump hotel in Gaza. I mean, that was truly, in my opinion, HIAS, and she says it explicitly, which she said what was started by them in the 1880s, which includes immigrants that have come in like Sergey Brin. They are seeing the organization that's operating out of the border right now, okay? That is problematic, that we have open borders and we continually and routinely are told that we have to defend somebody else's borders, okay? And again, these never-ending wars in the Middle East at the behest of Israel. Bibi Netanyahu was the one that called for Americans to invade Iraq, Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, and now Iran, and we've done it. We're told Israel can defend itself. Okay, so why do we have currently 2,000 troops that are in Syria under the guise of fighting ISIS? And like I said, we know Israel themselves fund terror-adjacent militants like they did to overthrow Assad. And we're done with the BS of, okay, well, they weren't really involved, Israel, in Afghanistan, because even when we fight those never-ending wars, Israel wins. Everybody knows that our boys were out there in Afghanistan guarding poppy fields, okay? And do you know what happened after we allegedly, quote-unquote, lost in Afghanistan? What happened to all those poppy fields, those poppy flowers that our military was guarding? Well, the opioid crisis hit America via the Sackler family, who quite literally built the School of Medicine at Tel Aviv University. So we're just done, okay? And there's no way that we're going to go backwards. We're not going to allow you guys to emotionally condition us to go, oh, no, we got to protect Israel because of the Holocaust. It is over. They're imparting a Holocaust. America would like off this crazy train.
Pay your respects.
And that in bed.
There is a new king.
For the next 14 years, I met him 2 other times that I can recall. 2 times. And that is none for 6 years. So 6 years later, I met him. And a year and a half after that, I met him. And never again. Probably the total. We've seen all of these documents, of these millions and millions of documents. There may be 10 emails connecting me with him, probably about 10 emails connecting me with him over a 14-year period. I did not have any relationship with him. Barely had anything to do with that.
Right. Very emphatic.
discussed it. Getting back to making this to Epstein's
I did have lunch with the sellers on a boat, Boston family vacation. My wife was with me, as were my 4 children, and had another couple. They were there as well, with their all of my children, nannies, and my wife, all together, family vacation, went in my car to suggest there was anything untoward about that in 2012. I don't know if it's all right that did it, but we did.
and I said there's not an indication of yourself. The fact that you misled the country, the Congress, based on your statements, suggesting that you come up far. When you visited the private island, did you see the
only thing I saw with my wife and my children and the other couple, their team was the staff who worked for Mr. Epstein on that island.
And you realize that this visit took place.
Pay your respects.
Right? I mean, you made a very big point of saying that you sensed that this was a bad person in 2005. And then, of course, in 2008, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution of a minor. And yet you went and had this trip and other interactions. Did you have a dinner in Epstein's New York City home in 2011?
No.
So the information that suggests that there was a dinner with Woody Allen and Woody Allen's spouse, Epstein residence, that's
Round 1.
nothing. Is that right?
I actually don't know what you're referring to. It was, look, I some documents for my name, just like everybody else. And what I found was there was a document that says that I had a meeting with him on in bed, I think, for an hour for 5 o'clock. I got dinner, otherwise for an hour for 5 o'clock.
There's also a reference to the fact that Epstein had expressed an interest in meeting with Andy. Did you know whether Jeffrey Epstein ever met with your name?
No, I saw that. I have no idea.
Would you, Mr. Secretary, will be able to ensure that the file is completely evidence committee Congress with all records, any records you have made to?
So I'm sure we talked about that. Sorry about that. You're telling me that Donald Trump and his party has been driven by the fact to make this a weapon of mass distraction, if I may use that word, from the economic crisis, the Epstein files, and that it is Netanyahu who's leading the aggression, and Donald Trump has chosen to play ball in a way that previous American presidents have not. What really has changed? Is it just simply the way Donald Trump is in comparison to his predecessors? Here's the person who has simply no time for the international rules-based order. That's why he's chosen to go along.
Oh, 100%. Yet no interest. Other presidents have also, let's just be clear, other American presidents have also violated international law and the rules-based order. But at least they pretended that they cared about it. They paid some lip service to it, as I mentioned. Even some of our most hawkish American presidents, George W. Bush, did not talk to Iran. Donald Trump is someone who doesn't care about international law, he doesn't care about national sovereignty. He's a very imperialist-style president. You know, we're taking America back 50, 100, 150 years. We saw what he did in Venezuela at the start of the year. He illegally went in and abducted the sitting president from his bed with his wife and declared himself, Trump declared himself, acting president of Venezuela. He says he now controls and rules Venezuela. He says he wants to take Greenland away from the Europeans, away from Denmark, completely in violation of international law, the UN, and NATO. And of course, so Iran is something, it was very easy for Netanyahu to get Donald Trump to do this. And look, this is not just me saying this. The New York Times has a big piece on how Trump went to war, a big deep dive And their opening paragraph, right, the opening paragraph begins with Benjamin Netanyahu walked into the Oval Office in February to make sure that Donald Trump stayed on the path to war. Netanyahu went on Fox last night, Sean Hannity show, and just laughed maniacally when Hannity said, people say that you made Trump do this. It is very clear that this is a war for Israel. There's what American national interest in there. 6 American service members have been killed. Who's going to tell their families they died for nothing? Gas and oil prices are going up in a country where affordability and price rise and inflation has already been a huge political controversy. And of course, all of our allies, the Gulf allies are saying the US is not protector of the Gulf. If you're in the UAE and Qatar and Bahrain, you still look at the US for protection. They were your shield. Now you're getting blocked by Israel. The Americans can't protect you.
But if this all results in the regime change that Donald Trump seems to suggest here, seems to hope it will, then Donald Trump would well claim victory. I've been trying to understand whether there is an end game. I've been asking a number of guests. No one has clarified on that. Do you see an end game if Donald Trump is able to put in place in Iran someone who he believes will toe the line of the American-Israel action? Is that the end game?
So, a few things there. Number one, my colleague Slim Subsan here at Deteo has been reporting from his sources of administration that they don't think this was a no end game at all. And they're going to work it out in retrospect. After dropping the bomb, they're now trying to work out what is the end strategy, what is the exit strategy, which is a bizarre way to go to war. The administration that is full of incompetent people. Let's be very clear. In fact, Trump himself admitted, I don't know if you saw, he said, we did have a plan to replace Khamenei. We had another but they got killed as well in the initial bombing. Imagine they killed the people they had wanted to replace Khamenei. That's the kind of competence with which they're bombing Iran. Number two, you say regime change could be the end goal. Well, as I said at the start of the interview, the end goal keeps changing. On the one hand, Donald Trump said regime change. Then he said, no, it's not about the regime. They can stay as long as they get at the nuclear program. Then they say, well, it's not about nuclear program, it's about freeing the Iranian people. Then they say, well, actually, it's about the ballistic missiles. They're all over the place when it comes to their actual goal. Everyone can see that. Finally, I would say, we don't know what regime change looks like in Iran. The American record on a regime change is a disaster. Should we talk about Iraq? Should we talk about Afghanistan, where the Taliban are back in charge? Should we talk about Libya, which is a failed state today? Syria, Venezuela, he just took out the president but kept in the rest of the government, didn't bring in the quote-unquote democratic opposition. My worry for Iran is that you don't just lose this government and then have some happy democracy or even the return of the Shah's son. You actually get a civil war in Iran. You actually get a failed state in Iran, which is, by the way, what the Israelis want. The Israelis don't want a strong Iran. They don't want a strong Iraq. The Israelis want to be in a neighborhood where they're surrounded by Middle East countries which are fighting on each family, which are torn apart internally. Your Lebanon, your Syrians, your Iraq. That's what they want, because they didn't get to be the top dog in the region.
Interview with Officer Michelle Reiner.
The veteran officer accused of betraying the badge.
I couldn't believe it. It's like, what? That's blood.
Fight. Final round. Fight. Finish him. Sub-Zero wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Sub-Zero. 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 Round one, fight! Round two, fight! Sub-Zero wins. Pay your respects. There is a new king. Sub-Zero Katanas. Round one, fight!
The price of hindering me.
Round two, fight! Sub-Zero wins. Pay your respects. There is a new king. Johnny Cage. Alien. Round one, fight!
You got Cage! Don't say I'm gonna do anything for you.
Round two, fight!
Hashtag you suck.
Brutality.
Oh no, I didn't.
Johnny Cage wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Johnny Cage, Tanya.
Calm.
Round one, fight!
Keep your blood to yourself. Not much of a challenge.
Round two, fight! Tanya wins. Pay your respects. There is a new king. Tanya. Total Khan. Round one, fight. Your sacrifice honors me. Round two, fight. Final round, fight.
Your blood to yourself.
Finish him. Tanya wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Cassie Cage. Tanya. Round one, fight.
You may die now. Ding dong.
Round two, fight.
Shut up. Lay your ass down. Shut up, Polo.
So clumsy.
Finish her. Tanya wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Kano. Aaron Black. Round one, fight! Round two, fight! Finish him! Kano wins. Pay your respects. There is a new king. Aaron Black. King. Round one, fight! Round two, fight! Kano wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. King. Alien. Round 1, fight! Round 2, fight! Final round, fight!
Gotta stay sharp.
Kano wins. Pay your respect.